Here I am. Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution. Listen to my voice. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode where are we at? 1470. Boy, my voice is really struggling. Lung butter. Yeah, Brian, what's up? Boy, my voice is really hurting this morning. What's up? What's up? Good morning. I'm hanging in there. I am better than yesterday. Man, I felt like shit yesterday. So I've been dealing with this crud, and I thought it was allergies to begin with. I don't think it was allergies. I don't think it is allergies. I know it's not allergies now, as it's in my chest. But I'm pretty sure I got the crud from the kids. You know, kids are like petri dishes. So I think I probably picked something up from whatever the kids were passing around last week. So I've got the crud. I started feeling it Friday night after working in the garden and doing some yard work. So I thought it was allergies, which they are pretty bad this time of year. And then it just kind of mutated into my chest. So I felt better on Sunday, and we went out to dinner Sunday. Saturday I felt like absolute dog shit. Sunday I felt better. Monday I felt better. It's like, oh, I feel better. And then was it Monday night? I think I started coughing. Monday night I started coughing and it just spiraled down. And then yesterday morning, tried to sleep in. Ernie didn't let me. He woke up this was not last night, but 2 nights ago, like 2:30 in the morning. And then I'm like, I just want to sleep in. And then it was like 7:45. I'm like, fuck. So despite how I sound, I am feeling better. Like I have energy, but I sound like shit. So here we are. But I don't have any eBay lives today. I had Monday and Tuesday. I'm going to talk about some things I've learned doing eBay live. It's actually quite fascinating. Learning a new platform and in a different way to sell, because eBay live selling is completely different. And I'm sure this is not just eBay live, but whatnot and live selling, because I've never done it before. Unless you count my YouTube bulk sales, but that doesn't count. But live selling is truly different. They are auctions, but it's not like a standard eBay auction, just in comparison. So I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot in a small amount of time in doing these. And the more I do, which is why I'm trying to cram as many live sales as I can, because I want to learn, understand the market and people's buying patterns. And I've learned a lot. So I'm going to share some of those thoughts with you today. So I had planned, this is why I don't make plans. My wife is the planner. She is a planner. Like, she'll be like, what do you have going on August 30th, 2028? And I'm like, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. It's like, well, clear your calendar for August 28th, 2028, because we're going to do this, this, and that. Oh, okay. I'm like, what are you doing this afternoon? I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe I'll do an eBay live No, I'm not going to do an eBay live. I tentatively, I do have an eBay live planned for tomorrow at 10. I've got to get that created. So I don't know why did I start saying plan? Oh, planning. That's where I was going. I'm not a planner. And here's why. And it's dumb. My reason is dumb. I know. I should plan more. I should be a better planner. I'm not. It's my fault. This week, my plan was, all right, Monday, Tuesday, eBay live. Wednesday morning, hammer out some shipping. I've got an eBay, hence the shirt. I've got an eBay conference call later this morning. And then going home to see mom. Wednesday, she does this thing at the local bar restaurant with some friends. Like the coordinator of her group, of her small group, is like 95 years old. And she goes early to the bar, gets a table for this thing they do. And I'm like, I just find it fascinating. So I felt like shit. We had friends still in town on Sunday for Mother's Day. So I just Can't go. Too much stuff going on. I'll come Wednesday. Well, now I feel like shit. I don't want to go to the bar, and I'm going to be back in 2 weeks anyway. Actually, I'm going to be home. I'm going to be back at my mom's back-to-back weekends. One for my aunt's celebration of life. She passed away a few weeks ago. And then the following weekend is Anna on Fun Days. So it's like, sorry, Mom, can't come home today, but I'll see you in 2 weeks. And then I'll see you again in 3. Actually, and I'll see her next weekend, a week from this weekend, because my mom's coming up to watch Ernie. So I'll actually see my mom 3 straight weeks, which is like a record over the last 25 years. So that's why I don't make plans, because things change. I get sick, shit pops up, and Gem City says, you're a doer, not a planner. That's fine. Hey, speaking of planning, though, I do have to plan for the next Madison Card Show, which is Saturday, June 21st. It does take a little planning. I know dealers are just, and I apologize to card show dealers that I have not responded to. Many of them, all of them, mostly. I've not responded to you. I'm going to try to do it in one foul swoop. There's a lot. And it's so I'm just trying to, I want to take care of it in one foul swoop and not be doing emails all day. So, and tables are not available yet to purchase, because I need to know exactly how many tables there are. What I've also learned, I'm learning a lot. eBay Live, a new event center for the card show. So there's different hoops we have to jump through at the Alliant Energy Center. So we are currently in the process of jumping through those hoops. So I have a tentative floor plan, but it has to get approved, and it has to get approved by like multiple people. So it's not as easy as just like, just throw tables any which way that like I can do at the Sheraton. I've got to have a plan. So that was finished. Yeah, that was something that I did yesterday. And I submitted it yesterday afternoon. I'm hoping, again, plans, I'm sure there's like all plans lead to nowhere. I don't know. But I'd love to get it done. I'd love to get it approved by the end of this week so we can start booking tables as early as Friday or Monday. But I'm not going to go out on that limb and say that for sure. But hopefully next week we can start booking those tables. If you've set up at previous Madison card shows on a regular basis, you're in. And then after that, it's basically first come, first serve. So if you've been setting them up, you're in. Like Max, and I think Bronco can't do June, but Max, you're in. Michael Renicky, you're in. Although I don't think Michael Renicky can do June either. Whoever is a regular dealer, you're in. And I have people sending, I've got like 4 emails from like from multiple people, like 4 different emails. Hey, just want to make sure, just want to make sure you got my email. Yes, I've got all of your emails, and I will send them out. So you don't need to bother me, but I will reach out to you, because there is you won't get the better locations, but you will get to select. There are premium spots. So the best spots, there's going to be a premium price for. But outside of that, you can select your location. So the people that are regular, like Max, you will get in first choice on table selection along with everybody else. So, and I am not going through past checklists to see, okay, you've been to 17 shows, you've been to 16 shows. It's just if you're a regular like many, I'm going to reach out all at the same time. So it's probably, the booking process is going to be online. So it's going to be through the Madison Card Show website. And that's another thing that I've been working on. but I can't finish that until I get the final floor plan. But I think now that I've got an idea of where we're at, I can at least get that ready so it's good to go at launch. So a lot of stuff going on the back end, and this is why I wanted to just I don't want to go to the Alliant Energy Center because it's so much more work. The Sheraton's there's a lot of work that goes into the Sheraton shows, but by comparison, the Sheraton's show up and go home. The Alliant is much different, much different. And I've already had 4 Zoom calls with the Alliant on this one event. Now, it's also the first one. So moving forward, it's going to be easier, but it's just getting everything squared away. Security, I'm hiring security. I have to hire admission people. East Coast Tom's going to help because the check-in process, there's just so much that goes into it. And there's a lot of little nickel and dime costs that I'm coming across as well. It's we didn't tell you this. There's 35 cents extra per whatever. You want table. By the way, no table skirts. They're $10 each. We're not doing it. Bring your own. It's BYOTS. Bring your own table skirts. They want $10 per table skirt. So we're not doing that. So a lot of people have their own anyway. And it's I'm not paying $10 and it doesn't get used. So bring your own table skirt. So I will have, I'm probably going to send an email out. Let's see, I don't have anything tonight. So tonight I plan on getting my email list, getting an email list. I have the email list with the exception of who's emailed me within the last week that hasn't already. I'm getting those contacts added. So I have a dealer, a vendor list via email. If you are a dealer and have not emailed me, please do it. Max, go ahead and do it because it's easier for me. Send me an email to madisoncardshow@gmail.com. That way I don't have to copy and paste it to 50 different sources, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, text, whatever. So email's the best. Hopefully tonight I'll send out just kind of a generic, yes, I have your information. Here's the information on the show. Tables will be available for purchase next week. You will receive an email when they become ready. Let's see. So yeah, I also have to think about that as well on the back end side. All right. So that's Madison Card Show. The Sheraton shows, which will be in July, September, November. No change on that. No change on the Sheraton. If you pay cash at the show, you can continue doing that. Your tables will remain in the same location, all that good stuff. Same for the Madison Pokemon show. The Madison Pokemon show for new dealers will be prepay. Max, I don't need you to prepay, but the general consensus just to make my life easier so I don't have to walk around collecting money all day. So I think that's Madison Card Show updates. What else is going on? So I'm still feeling the crud. What else is going on? Yesterday was a unique day in that weather-wise, in that it was kind of one of those it was like the perfect spring day in our trees, and this is probably I'm probably also dealing with allergies. It's whatever I have is probably like what they call a common cold. But it's not really I'm not sneezing anymore. I was sneezing over the weekend. Now I'm not. Now it's just in my chest. Although I am still congested in my face, I guess. Anyway, but it was the trees have bloomed. 2 weeks ago, nothing on the trees. And it's just fascinating how fast the trees fill out. I think it's fascinating. Most people probably don't think about it, but I do. And it rained a lot yesterday, which is good. We had sandhill, so we get sandhill cranes. We get them more in this neighborhood because we have the pond behind us. And they'll sometimes come up into our back. They were in our backyard all day. I posted some photos on Twitter and Facebook of the Sandhill cranes. We had a couple geese back here distracting me. So I'm like, ooh, taking pictures of the wildlife. So that's what I had going on yesterday. That and shipping. I'm going to talk about eBay Live. I did a live last night. It was a Cubs only sale. We had some positives and negatives. Actually, there weren't any negatives, but learning. I think the negatives would be just learning. They weren't positive, but it was a learning experience. And I also have learned over the last couple sales how to avoid giving stuff away, basically. And there is kind of a way to combat that. If you kind of have a sixth sense about things. So I'm going to share those little traits. Let's go to the chat. We say hello to Gem City Card Show. Lung butter. It ain't corn sweat induced. No, it's not. Where's the corn? That'll probably help. That corn sweat probably helps clear this shit out. Bargain Boxer, get well. Hey, I don't know how many days we're at, but Bargain Boxer does. Guess what I did yesterday? Another thing I did yesterday, I booked my hotel room for the National. So I am booked. And where are we staying? We're staying, so I had to book a Marriott property. Points, baby, points. I thought it was early. It was in the morning. There we go. No, that's not it either. Well, shit. Where in the hell did I? Oh, here it is. Sheraton Suites, Elk Grove. So it's a suite. Elk Grove Village. So it's going to be new territory. I don't know how that drive-in is going to be. It's probably less miles than the last. I'm gonna bring this up on the old Google machine, because that hotel we previously stayed at this is only, I think, 7 miles from the Stevens Center. The last one definitely had to have been more than 7 miles. 121 Northwest Point Boulevard, Elk Grove Village. Oh wait, and we need directions. To Donald Stevens Convention Center. Oh, it looks like it's just off the interstate. Oh, okay. So it's between Schaumburg and Rosemont. So the problem is we do have to take I-90. So that could get hairy. Although it's not long. It's only a few exits. So, but that could. I mean, it might actually be a pretty fast. It says 17 minutes. Which is probably about the same. All right, so 17 minutes. I'll remember that. 17 minutes. Now let's do, what was the airport in Wheeling? Was it Wheeling? No. What was the like the executive airport? Because it was executive airport. Is this it? Chicago Executive Airport. That's it. Oh yeah, that was a half an hour. It took a half an hour to get to our other hotel, I think. Let me make sure that's the correct. Yeah, because you just take River Road. About 25 minutes. So this is just according to Google. Google says 27 minutes to our old hotel. And our new hotel 17. So it's about 10 minutes closer drive-wise. So that's good. So hotel is booked. Now an extra 10 minutes each way. We're also paying, like, doing the math here, $80 a night more to be 10 minutes close. So it's not, I mean, when you're comparing 20 minutes to 30 minutes, like I'd rather save $80 a day. And that's because That's like $300 over the national to save 10 minutes each way. That's nothing. 10 minutes is nothing. It's the vid, says Jim. I hope not. Kyle says, good morning. Having a hard time making my schedule, allowing for listening each morning. I'm like, I wonder where Kyle's been. Now, I was out all last week. But yeah, it's good to have you back. Good to see the name. Peter, good morning. Todd, good morning. Sorry you're not feeling well, but appreciate you going live. And Javi Baez is torching my socks. How about Javi Baez? The renaissance of Javier Baez. And so last night, so let's just go into eBay Live. And this is one thing that I like about, now I know some buyers don't like this. And I understand why. Going into an eBay Live event as a buyer, you kind of want to have an idea of what's going to be for sale, right? Especially if you're looking for specific items. Like I also look for items to flip. So it doesn't really, if I was only looking for my own collection, like I would want to know what's, if there's not going to be any Cubs, I don't want to bother watching this sale. So I kind of get it from that standpoint. My abs are getting a good workout with these coughs I've been having. But on the selling side, I think it helps when you don't set up the auction. It helps. I'm going to try to spell this out. I don't have it obviously I don't have it scripted out, but my bullet points try to have some clarity here. On eBay Live, when you're setting up a show, you can set it up to, all right, run the scanner through, like here were cards that I ran through the scanner: Upper Deck Promo, Ernie Banks; Topps Museum Collection, Ernie Banks; the Gold Foil Archives. So you run those through the scanner, you run them through Card Dealer Pro, you spit them out to eBay. And you, as the buyer, can come in and say, "Oh, here, I need this Ernie Banks. I'm gonna watch for this tonight," and blah 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 blah. However, the downside for me as a seller is it takes a little extra time curating. Okay, I want to put this Ernie Banks, this Ron Santo, etc. I've got to run them through the scanner. I've got to go through, check the AI, make sure everything's good, upload it. And that's not the only thing. That's not the only downside, the time part of it. The other downside is, what if there's nobody in the room? What if you have a light audience? I mean, you could skip it. Yeah, sure. But then it's like, why? Then you wasted the time. All right. Or I had some good stuff, but I had a good sense of the room. This is why I like as shown on screen, because I do one listing, I copy and paste it. It has the generic photo because I don't know what is going to run in that spot. And I can flex out. I flexed out all of these cards last night because the high-end stuff was not selling. And this is from my own collection. And these, for the most part, are not well, Dylan Cease is a duplicate. A couple of these cards I have duplicates of. But like this Cade Horton, National Treasures auto to 99, I don't have another one of these. If this only sells for $10, shit, I'd buy this for $10. This Cade Horton Leaf Vivid, I don't want to risk it. Justin Steele First Bowman Chrome autograph. So I flexed out and didn't run any of these last night because I wanted to get a sense of the room. So when you have Moises Ballesteros, and then I had this Pete Crow Armstrong jersey numbered to 25, it's like I'm going to list these at buy. I'll list those as buy it now because I can control what they sell for. In a live auction, it's like, ew. If the room's light, if they're not buying that type of card. Now, some of the stuff, and I'm going to go into what Todd's comment about Javier Baez. I can also, not only can I flex out of certain cards, I can flex in cards. What does the room want? If the room wants Javi Baez, let's run this Ryan Sandberg card, 15 seconds. I'm going to run to the other room. I'm going to get a box of Javier Baez cards. And that paid off. I was selling Javi Baez rookies for like $5, $6, $7, $8. I think the first Bowman sold, just a base first Bowman card sold for like 10 or 11. These are cards that nobody wanted in a quarter box or even really a dime box just 2 weeks ago. Because Javi Baez has not played well. Now he's out of this world. He hit a walk-off 3-run homer last night. I think he hit 2 homers last night. He's got better stats this year than Ohtani. I know it's only May 14th, but he's hot. And so that's what I like about, as shown on screen, because there's less time involved with it. And I can not only flex out of cards if I have a sense the room isn't going to buy these cards, but I can flex in. Oh, you want Ryan Sandberg? Let's go grab some more Sandberg cards. Let's put some Javi Baez up. So not only can you flex out, you can flex in based on how the room is reacting. So I'm going to do a sale tomorrow, and it's going to be, and that's what I did on Monday. The 5-second fire sales on Monday afternoon. It's like these jersey relics that, I would put in my eBay store for $10, buy it now, free shipping, because, I don't want to sell them for less, but they're probably not going to sell for that. But they were selling for like $10 on live. And it's like, okay, let's just keep throwing these. It's like, I'm happy with whatever they sell for. And usually it's people buying volume, so it's going to be shipped bubble mailer anyway. So that's what I love, the flexibility, because it allows you to really feel the room out. What are people buying? It's like, okay, this Bo Jackson card sells for a decent amount. Well, let's see if this Bo Jackson, and I could bring a pile of Bo Jackson or Javi Baez, and all of a sudden, if it starts petering out, okay, well, this card isn't working. Well, let's go try Pete Crow Armstrong, see how he's going to do. And it really gives you the ability to sense the room, get a feel for what's selling, what's not selling, and list appropriately. Andy Mack is here. Good morning. Unicorn Cupcake, what's happening? Andy took a sick day today. Hope you are feeling better than I was yesterday. Although I did, after I took some pills, after I took some Mucinex in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, and then NyQuil last night, a lot of pills. I don't like taking pills, but I don't like feeling like this. So it's like, what would I rather do? Okay, I'd rather feel less shitty and take the pills than feel super shitty. So here we are. Porter, what's going on? Good morning. Max says, we don't need to bother you for tables. Oh, we talked about that. Victor, good morning. Great comeback for the Cubbies. How about that? I had the game on as I was doing eBay Live last night, and an awesome win. Pete Crow Armstrong hit another home run. He's at 11 on the season. I love Nico. It was Nico Horner's birthday yesterday, and Nico scored the winning run, and he's running from between second and third. He's got this big old smile on his face because he knows he's going to score the winning run, and the Cubs win in the bottom of the ninth. It was an awesome game. Porter says, how much could you sell a lot of 300 Sarunas Marcelonis rookies for on eBay Live? This is another thing that boggles my mind. I don't know. And the fascinating part of eBay Live is the common question for eBay for the last nearly 30 years has been, when is the best time to list? And the answer is there isn't. Now, 25 years ago, there was Sunday nights, because people sit at their computer. We didn't have smartphones. You had to get your 56K dial-up modem, log on, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, and get on the internet. And you had like times. Most families had like a lot of families. I wouldn't say most, but I didn't. We weren't like most families. I had friends that had 7:00 internet time, right? Sunday night, 7:00. You're on eBay. List your cards to end at 7:00, 7:30. because that's when people are on their computers. They're on their gateway computers on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. But now we're always on our phones. Now we're always on our phones. We have eBay, we have notifications, all that stuff. So the fascinating thing is I could sell now. I don't think 300 Sarunas Marcelonis rookie cards are going to sell much on eBay Live. I don't think they're going to sell much on an eBay auction. I don't think they're going to sell much on a Buy It Now. But I did sell a Sean Kemp same year. I'm picturing the hoops, the 1990 hoops Sarunas Marcelonis rookie card. From the same set, I sold a Sean Kemp for $8. And that was on I think that was on the Sunday afternoon auction, like 1 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. I think I ran another one on like a Tuesday night at 7 p.m. or I don't know when it was. And it sold for like $1, which I was still happy with. But it's not timing based. It's really who's in the room. And it's not how many people are in the room. You know, I think when I started my Sunday sale, there were like 800 people in the room. 800. And the first few cards sold for like $1. So it's not, you know, last night, Javi Baez rookies were selling for $5 to $10. There were less than 200 people in the room. So it's just, you just never know. I could sell a single Sarunas Marcelonis card, $2-3 possibly in an eBay Live. And then the next sale doesn't sell. It's just, and that's another fascinating part is, you know, and really there is no answer to why that is. Well, there is an answer. It's just the right people at the right time, which is it's kind of like card show selling, in a way, because again, you could have 2,000 people in the room, the actual physical room at a card show. And like my last card show I set up at, very well populated with customers buying people, and where people were spending money, but they weren't spending money with me because it wasn't the right people in the room. And that's how eBay Live is. You could have a lot of people in the room, but if they're not the right people looking for the right card, and a 1990 hoops, Sean Kemp selling for $8. There was a couple people who really wanted it. And yes, it got paid for. It's just, you never know, which is kind of fun. And I try to, when I curate, when I plan on, okay, this is what we're going to do today. Another thing I found with eBay Live is curating is not king. And going in, so I kind of had to, I wouldn't say write an essay to get approved to sell on eBay Live, but you know, I had to write out like my plans, what I think a successful eBay Live event would be. And so in my pitch, it was curating auctions. You know, I'm going to run a Cubs night. I have a good pool of buyers who follow me because of my Cubs collection. So I can bring in from off platform, I can bring those buyers to eBay. You want a piece of my collection? Here you go. Let's do an autograph night. Let's do baseball only. Let's do this. Let's do that. And what I found here early on is that doesn't work with live selling. Now I have the right buyers. Like if you're coming, you're not going to come into the room for a Cubs only auction if you're a Cardinals collector that doesn't resell cards, because you don't care about Cardinals. But sometimes when you do the randomness of it, and you can kind of get a feel, okay, well, basketball is really hot. Nobody's buying baseball. Read the room. And that's why I like to flex. Okay, well, flex out of baseball. Well, nobody's bidding on baseball. I'm not gonna keep wasting my time on baseball, wasting my time and your time. You want basketball? Let's throw you some basketball. Let's throw you some football. Let's throw you some baseball. Okay, prospects aren't moving. let's run some junk wax. Holy crap. An 88 Donruss Barry Bond sold for $2. Let's see what else I have of similar ilk. We don't have Goose likes the prospects, but if nobody's bidding against Goose, let's pivot. Let's find what people are wanting. So it's fascinating. It's fascinating, and I thought, because that's what auction houses do, right? They curate. This is the premium with the highlight, or maybe this is like the Babe Ruth auction, the Jackie Robinson auction, whatever it might be. And, I was going to run a GOATS auction, Brady, Jordan, and that. It's like, no, we're just going to sprinkle that stuff into regular auctions. And I think, I think it's more fun for everybody. I think the surprise element, overall speaking, generally speaking, yes, I understand that some people, I'm a collector of this particular thing. I want to go in. I want to see if that particular thing is available. And if it is, I'll watch. If it's not, I don't care to watch. But that could also draw you in. If you're entertaining and people want to come in to watch, like, oh, I'm having fun. The chat's active. This is fun. Oh, I've never seen that card before. And maybe it does inspire somebody that didn't really want something to bid on a card. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. I appreciate that. Holmes says, good morning. You took a week off and so did my Red Legs. Yeah, but the Cardinals haven't. What's going on in St. Louis? They're going on a run. Dad, dude, what's up? I started watching the first episodes of Hobby Evolution yesterday, long before you were a hobby mogul. Thank you, Max. Appreciate that. Mark says, maybe I'll road trip to Madison with Vintage to do a show. Yes. Hey, I don't think I said anything about this, but I completely revamped the website. Let's show you. Let's go in the Wayback Machine. All right, so I'm gonna do this. It's gonna work. So the website has been updated. Let's just take March 2023 snapshot. Come on, Wayback Machine. It's weird that the Wayback Machine hasn't saved it since 2023. Huh. Loading. Redirecting. Maybe it's not going to work. The Wayback Machine says, all right, here we go. So let's share my screen. All right, let's pull the comment down. Okay, so this was the original Madison Card Show website. It looks like just an old blog. So that was the site. This was the Madison Card Show website. So this past weekend, we did this. Woo, it's so fancy. The Madison Card Show. So Card Show videos, that takes you to my YouTube channel. There's my eBay store. We've got trending now. We've got a scroll at the top. I'll try to update this more than once a year. So there's some news updates. Here's the Card Show schedule. So we'll click on this for Mark. An updated picture from last month's show, I think. So here you go. So we've got June 21st. We've got Mark. I don't know if you could swing this, but right before the National, it's going to be the smaller show at the Sheraton, but the Saturday before the National is the Madison Card Show. It's a great show. There's typically a lot of people buying. I don't know if you could make that work, but we're only From the Sheraton to the Stevens Center is an hour and 45 minutes. So the bigger show at the Alliant, next one after June will be August 30th, and then October 25th, and then finally right after Christmas, December 27th. I know that'll probably be tricky for people traveling, but there you go. There's the show dates. Madison Card Show website completely revamped. Did that over the weekend. Let's see. Porter says, do you find it difficult to find certain early episodes? He's asking that dude from Duryea. Dan's here. What's going on, Dan? How y'all losers doing? I'm doing great. Unicorn says, did you say Spring Hill Suites? I did not. No. The hotel we are staying at is the Sheraton Suites. Sheraton Suites, Elk Grove Village. Bargain Boxer says, just losing. That a boy. That a boy. Dan says, did you get the July show date yet? Yes, it is the Saturday before the National. So the reason I didn't have that because I was still undetermined, but the contract was signed last Friday, just this past Friday. So the Madison Card Show is a 2-day affair, Saturday and Sunday, right before the National. The Saturday show is the regular sports and TCG show, and then Sunday is TCG only. So Saturday before the National for the Madison Card Show at the Sheraton Hotel. Dat Dude says, Porter, I only sorted the lives and started with the oldest. I didn't look for specific episodes. Watched him pick up trash in one episode. I think I had some like videos. People like COVID were crazy times. I mean, you could do any in 2020 and 2021, you could put literally anything on YouTube and people would watch it. So I think I had some videos where I was just cleaning my card room. And I just kept the camera going and talked. And people were like, oh, can you do this again? Because we didn't have anything else to watch. We didn't have anything else to do. Well, we had other things to watch. We didn't have anything to do. We couldn't go out and have dinner in a restaurant, let alone going to baseball games and concerts and such, in card shows. Unicorn says, never mind, I rewound. Different hotel. Tracy's here. What's up? My brother-in-law would be interested in that Cade Horton. I will be listing it as a buy it now. I'll be listing it as a buy it now. I had one, and I will unveil how much I spent on these Cade Hortons. I spent $4 each in a bulk Cubs buy a couple of years ago. I had one that I listed Saturday night, and it was not as good as. Was that an auto? Oh yeah, it definitely was not as good as this National Treasure. It sold for $50. It was the Prism Draft Picks Orange, numbered out of 20 auto, and I listed it for $50 on Saturday afternoon, and Saturday night it sold $50. So now it's been a few days. It sold like right after his performance on Saturday. So I don't know if he's going to get a start or if he's going to do another piggyback situation. But I'm definitely going to get the PCAs up, the Moises Ballesteros, since he just made his debut last night. Carlo, what's going on? Good morning. My little dog has vertigo. That is no good. That is no good. Aaron has, how do I find your eBay Live? So let me drop this link in the chat. So there is a way, and I learned this last week, ebay.com/eBay Live. And okay, so here's mine. So if I go to, where do I go into? I think if I go in here, I go to the live console maybe. Yes. All right. So this is my stream. I don't have anything scheduled at the moment, but I do plan on going live tomorrow morning at 10 Central, I believe. I'm going to do 10 a.m. Central tomorrow morning. So I just dropped it in the chat. So that's my stream. So bookmark that. And that'll pop up. That should go directly to my, I'm going to copy and paste just to check to make sure that works. Maybe it didn't. Did that work? I don't think that worked. Huh. Well, I don't know. I'll try to get an answer to that. Unicorn says almost any Sean Kim card for $8 is awesome. That's kind of what I was thinking. Michael, what's going on? Can anyone with an eBay account do an eBay live room, or do you have to have a specific volume of sales? P.S. I love how you do the room. I bought in the room and it's fun. Thank you. I appreciate that. So right now it's still in beta, and they are basically selecting sellers right now. So I think there's an application process, so you can apply, or you could at one time. So that's how it's going, and they're just kind of going through the applications and all that stuff. I know they're being pretty selective at the moment because it's still at the kind of, I mean, it's been going on for like 2 years, but they didn't put any, they're putting a lot of money into it right now, which is why you're hearing a lot more of it. Probably generally speaking, not just from me, but I know Baseball Card Exchange is now on there. Who else is? They're the only other ones that and I only know that because they were in on my onboarding call. We were in on a call together. But I know initially there were like 5. One of my dealers at the Madison Card Show, Steve, is actually, I think he's doing a live today. I'm going to message him right now. He's been going through the onboarding process, and he now has the clearance to go live. I'm going to ask him. All right. Where are we at? Johnny M, what's up? Good morning. Pete Alonso rookies are selling good right now. Excellent. I'll have to dig out some Pete Alonsos. Porter says, maybe your wife is asking you to block off your summer 2028 schedule to see Yadier Molina's Hall of Fame induction. Probably not. Mark says, maybe Madison and then right to the National. There you go. There you go. It's actually the Madison Card Show before the National is probably my favorite show of the year for the Madison Card Show, because I think a lot of it has to do with the excitement of the National. Like, we're getting ready for the National. You can sense that in the room. And a lot of buyers come in, and there's a lot of buying that goes on because people want to take stuff to the National. And even more so because it's in, it's just down the road. So there's a lot more locals that are going, as opposed to, if it's in Atlantic City. Hell, I don't even go to the out of Chicago shows, Nationals. So I just feel like there's a lot of excitement. There's a lot, and you can sense it in the room. And that makes a show better, in my opinion, is when there's excitement in the room and there's a buzz, like that goes a long way. And you really get that at the July show right before the National. That dude from Duryea says, watching those early sorting videos had some insight about certain lesser players having sneaky hobby crowd. Yeah, who do you remember who I mentioned? I probably George Brett. He's been Miguel Cabrera at that time, probably. George Brett's always been one that's always surprised me. Gem City says, is anyone going to Fanatics Fest? I will not be there. I am not going. Gem City says, also, do you need some more furniture for Hobby Evolution streaming living room, a lamp or rug even? I don't think so. That dude from Duryea, Eric Davis. Yeah. Will Clark. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, Eric Davis does have some good hobby buzz. Another thing that's helped with eBay Live is I have sold a ton of like Ken Griffey Jr. singles. Griffey does really well, which is no surprise. Does really well on eBay Live. But after I think it was after my Sunday sale, I think I sold like 50 Griffey singles out of my eBay store. What was another one? There was another player that was just, and it was kind of a surprise. And it's you probably, in some instances, when you sell a bunch of cards to one customer, it's probably, a collector. Might have been Tom Glavine, and it's not like, oh, Tom Glavine's a great seller. It's just, it was a great sale to that one particular customer, but you never know. Sometimes I sold like 8 or 9 cards of some 80s. I just had the right amount of commons from like the early 80s, and I sold like 8 or 9 Pascual Perez cards. Somebody like that it's like, I didn't even know I had 9 Pascual Perez cards in my eBay store. And if I would have known that, I would have been like talking to myself in the mirror, Bo, why do you have 9 Pascual Perez cards clogging up your eBay store? And then all of a sudden, 9 Pascual Perez cards get sold. Will Clark, George Brett, remember Vizquel. I don't know if I have Will Clark and George Brett for sure. Omar Vizquel, I don't know if I move many Omar Vizquel cards. Porter says, have you seen who is starring? Yes, I just saw the photos this morning. I'm excited, and it looks great. So it's and now I can't remember. It's Christian Bale. Is it Christian Bale is playing Al Davis? And who's playing John Madden? I just saw it this morning, and I'm like, this is great. I think it's coming to Amazon Prime, correct? I'll have to throw I've got some John Madden action pack, like the Madden action packed cards. I'll have to throw those up on eBay. Get your 90 Pro Set Al Davis cards out. Nicolas Cage. Thank you, Porter. Nicolas Cage playing John Madden. It looks great. Let me see if I can find let's see. Of course, I saw it all over social media. Now I can't. Oh, here is this. All right. I bet Twitter will help. All right. I tried to Google. All right. Here it is. Look at this. Look at this. We want to. There we go. Look at that. That's Nicolas Cage as John Madden. Look at that. Christian Bale as Al Davis. That's amazing. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun movie. That dude says a lot of local heroes are guys that were hot but not Hall of Famers. Oh, yes. Like the Fridge William Perry, good seller. Icky Woods is a good seller. And those kind of go in with local heroes as well. Busts like Todd Marinovich, Dan McGuire, those sell pretty well for me. Gem City says, yeah, buy in the auctions, then go get 7 more in the store. Yeah. Nick Cage, LOL. Was the lower numbered stuff of Venezuelans, I believe. Oh, yes. Yes, back in the day. Like, man, this has been, 20 years ago? Andres Galarraga and Omar Vizquel. There were 2 collectors of probably of each player that would just bid that stuff up and battle each other. It was Andres Galarraga and Omar Vizquel. Was it Omar Vizquel? I think it was Omar Vizquel and Andres Galarraga. And they would just, in their cards would go for crazy prices. Frank Caliendo. Boston Smoke says, good morning. Welcome back, Boston. Shoeless Joe and Pete Rose now eligible for Hall of Fame induction. This is a great talking point that I totally forgot about. I think it's time. I don't care because the Hall of Fame means nothing. The Hall of Fame means nothing until you put, to me, the Hall of Fame is not the hall of being a great person. The Hall of Fame should be about the play on the field. just let them in. If they were assholes like Pete Rose and did shitty things like Pete Rose, he was a great baseball player. He was a Hall of Fame baseball player. You can't take that away from him. And he's dead now. And Shoeless Joe's long been dead. But it's still not a Hall of Fame without Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. I mean, you put Bud Selig in the Hall of Fame, and he rode the coattails of the 98 home run chase. And Sosa and McGwire have home run numbers. And so does Rafael Palmeiro, for that matter. So I think this is a step in the right direction. Get those guys in. I don't think they're going to be eligible for induction or eligible for getting voted on until like 2027, I think, is the next time that committee votes. So they are now eligible to be on the ballot, and then that ballot will be on the Veterans Committee or whatever committee that is, which I don't think meet until 2027. So will they get on the ballot? I think they will get on the ballot. They might not even get on the ballot. We'll see. I think they probably will. I think Bonds and Clemens surely will be on the next, modern ballot, committee ballot, or whatever it is. So if we can get those guys in, then the Hall of Fame can go back to respectability. Because right now, I have no respect for the Baseball Hall of Fame because some of the best players to ever play the game are not in. So it means nothing to me. Mark says, I'm actually headed to the Miami Courtside show this weekend. Friday, Saturday only show. It's going to be sad when my vintage will be the bargain bins. Max says, 2 of my favorite actors. 2028 with Yachty. Max says, I just think this was the plan all along. Wait for the guys to die off. I didn't agree with letting Pete in while he was alive, though. I'm with you on that. It was one of those things where as Pete Rose circused around and created a circus around himself, mocking almost, and not even almost, that it's like, I don't care anymore. Like, Pete Rose made a mockery of it, and like, I don't care. Like, now he's dead. He can't celebrate it, and it's okay. Put him in, and we don't have the circus show with Pete Rose. Brian says, Rose will never be in the Hall of Fame. Owners and committees will never allow betting in baseball. I disagree with that. Will he get in? And this is another thing that rubs me the wrong way. Owners and committees will never allow betting in baseball. They do now. They're in bed with DraftKings. They allow betting in baseball. As long as the players don't do it. But, if you're going to take that stance, you can say we don't want betting in baseball and still get in bed with DraftKings and take their money. And at the same time say, oh no, that's a no-no. You can't bet on baseball. But, and they will, but will he get, he will eventually. Pete Rose will absolutely get in the Hall of Fame. It might not be this first go around, but he will get in. Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, they will eventually get in the Hall of Fame. The steroid era, it's still fairly fresh, but it's getting less and less fresh. And we're getting very close to the point. We've already let David Ortiz in. We've already let guys that have positive tests get in. Might as well let them all in. Open the doors. Bring them all in. Will the writers vote Rose in? I don't think so. Well, it's not the writers anymore. So it's not the writers' ballot. It's the committees, which are made up of owners and past players, former Hall of Famers. So it's not the writers anymore. Gem City says, I thought long and hard about this. I don't care. Sell those future Hall of Fame singles. Max says, Brian, do you not see DraftKings in stadiums? LOL. That's exactly. We probably wouldn't have a game if 98 didn't happen. 98 resurrected and saved baseball. And Bud Selig, who's in the Hall of Fame, rode the coattails of all of those steroids that led to the home run chase of 1998, not just with Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, but the others as well. Brian says, not my opinion, just repeating what I'm hearing. Max says, also, two of the best ever, A-Rod and Bonds, are not in, not a true Hall. I agree. And they knew it all. They turned a blind eye to it. And it's such a I mean, might as well not blame Pete Rose for making a mockery of it, because it is a mockery. The Hall of Fame is a sham. Barry Bonds isn't in, but David Ortiz is. Well, because he's Big Papi. I mean, we love Big Papi. Barry Bonds was an asshole to the writers, so they don't want him in. Well, he did steroids. Well, so did David Ortiz. Barry Bonds never tested positive. David Ortiz did. Did Barry Bonds do steroids? Probably. Never tested positive. Bud Selig. You think Bud Selig knew what was going on in 1998? I bet he did. But he looked the other way. And where's Bud Selig? Has a plaque in Cooperstown in the Hall of the frickin' Hall of Shams. Baseball Hall of Fame is a joke until they let some of these guys in. Until these guys get in. Porter says, I can't escape DraftKings, but I'm trying to enjoy baseball content. Yuck. Gem City says, dead. Brian says, they appeased Trump and now no one can harass Kamish about letting him in. Not up to him now, but gambling on baseball while playing baseball will never be okay. I agree with that. I agree. Players and managers and anybody affiliated with the team should not be betting on baseball, gambling on baseball. But Major League Baseball also shouldn't be getting into bed with DraftKings and FanDuel. It's hypocritical. But the almighty dollar wins out. They sell beer in stadiums, but players aren't drinking either. Players are drinking. Players are absolutely drinking. And it's okay. It's drinking beer. If you're above the age of 21, drinking beer is legal. I guess so is betting on baseball, as long as you're not a baseball player. But it's not within the baseball player code of conduct. You can drink beer. Not saying it's okay, but what we are saying is get over it. Players drink during every game, LOL. Gem City says, the nightlife of MLB is none of your business, sir. Stay out of their sheets. Right. It's not in the code of conduct to... Baseball players can drink beer, but they can't bet on baseball. So I don't know why that's even up for debate. The Hall of Shams. All right, that's what I had for today. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Check out my eBay store, 99centcards.com. 25% off at checkout when you buy 7 or more cards at regular price. I will go on eBay Live tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central. It's going to be kind of a wild card. Wild Card Wednesday would have been a nice little ring to it. It'll be a Wild Card Thursday where we're just going to throw whatever the room's buying is what we're selling. You want hockey and soccer? We'll sell hockey. I don't have much, but we'll sell it. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central, eBay Live. All right. I'm going to go. I've got some pills to take. Mucinex is my pill of choice. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.